It's about positive legacies. Positive legacies. We don't even tell the stories anymore about what we went through, about how we made it, because a lot of us now, we don't even do anything to even have a legacy. We just lay up and complain and everything I've been through it, but you got to stop it. You got to get up and say, you know what? Everything is on me. I remember a friend of mine told me something one day. I was down bad and I was asking for his help. And I think, he didn't give me the help. That's all good. And he saw some things that I didn't like. But one of the things that he said that stuck to me is, Raheem, don't nobody owe you shit. All right, y'all. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? This is Focus on the Positive. My name is Raheem,
And I'm Spencer.
and this is Focus on the Positive. First of all, we want to first say, as always, all praise and glory be to God. We thank God for this opportunity for me and Spencer to come together and to bring you some of the information, how we see it about things and our ideas and and our way of thinking of how we do things. And we want y'all to understand it. We just want y'all to comment, whether it's negative or positive, or, we agree or disagree. But today's segment and today's episode is legacy. Legacy. The legacy of what people leave behind and how to keep their legacy alive, if possible. You know what I'm saying? And why we need to keep legacies behind, especially positive legacy. Only positive legacies from what I see. Now, today is a great day. Today is Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Day. We want to say we want to send our condolences to his family. And we want to say we thank the world for Brother Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. And we want to thank the world for what he contribute to this world and to America and to me and to Spencer. He's one of the reasons why we come together and we able to sit here and come together and be friends and have trust and loyalty and understanding with each other. So we thank God for that. We thank God for y'all be able to listen, and we thank God for us to be able to bring you this episode, which is legacy.
He
Now,
also brings a lot of the definition of what it means to be American as well.
that's right.
In America.
That's right. So we first want to start off with legacy and what the word means. Now, I have the definition, and here it is: the lasting impact that makes through their actions, that they make through their actions, values and contributions in comparison, both tangible things like wealth and intangible ones like wisdom, character, and memories that influence others long after they're gone. So I think Brother Martin Luther King, he's been gone for quite a while. You know what I'm saying? And that's the legacy. Whether you have a legacy of your father, a legacy of your brother that had passed away, or even they can still be here. You know what I'm saying? You want to pick up the mantle. You want to pick up the torch and keep on going. You don't want there's no reason for you to pick up something for something that's bad. If someone did something bad, leave it there. It's a reason why God took it out. So we want to talk about that. We want to talk about Martin Luther King, what the contribution that he's made, his family made, and other Black or white people that made great contributions to this world and to this country, for America and for me and for my children long after I'm gone. This podcast, if God will be my legacy, because I want to do something positive, and I hope it's the same way for Spencer.
Yeah.
So Spencer, what do you think about legacy?
I think if you leave a legacy behind, you better make sure it is a good one.
Yeah, that is correct.
Make sure you're known for giving, not taking.
Yeah, that is good. It's always that's right. That's the whole thing. For you, especially you have a legacy that has been left behind through sacrifice and hard work and motivation and patience and perseverance, just like Brother Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. did. Let's give a little something on Brother Martin Luther King. Brother Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. was born in Atlanta, Georgia on January 15th, 1929. Martin Luther King Jr. was an American civil rights activist, Baptist minister who was a leader of the civil rights movement from 1955 until his assassination, his cowardly assassination in 1968. His prestigious education, deprived from Culture Theologically, oh, I'm sorry, Seminary, Morehouse College, and Booker T. Washington High School. Excuse my language, I'm a little slow, okay? He was and still is a blessing from God to this world. He brought about positive change that still reflects among us all to this very day. And that's true. There are nearly 100 public schools in America that are named after Brother Martin Luther King Jr. These schools are mostly in urban areas. I can understand to some point. There are nearly 950 to 960 streets in 41 states in America and Puerto Rico that are named after the late, great Martin Luther King Jr., Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. He was only 29 years old when he was cowardly assassinated on April 4th, 1968, at a motel in Memphis, Tennessee. Martin Luther King Jr. Day was established as a federal holiday in the U.S. in 1983 when President Ronald Reagan signed the bill into law, with the first national observation celebrated in 1986. It was the result of years of campaigning by activists and his beautiful wife, Coretta Scott King. And we thank you. And we also want to thank Stevie Wonder too, because he was a great advocate for it. And anybody, black, white, it doesn't matter, that contributed to that. So what I want to know is, where is the respect and the honor that Brother Martin Luther King Jr., Dr. Brother Martin Luther King Jr. deserves for his life sacrifice, with his deep passion and love for humanity, for this country and the world? I really growed up, all praise be to God, idolizing him, really, really, really seeing it kind of scared me a little bit to see a person knowing that he can die for just trying to help others, knowing it, basically. And he was. And I believe anything good is sent by God. Brother Malcolm X, Brother Martin Luther King, John F. Kennedy, and so forth and so on. So what I want to say is we want to respect Dr. Martin Luther King's Jr., his legacy and what he left behind by, you know, with all the violence that's going on, especially with black on black crime, even with um the cop shootings and the racism and stuff like that, that it's maybe a tiny bit or a little or more than we think, or it may be hidden. But we got to respect the fact of what he did, what he stood for, and who was with him and what they did, what they stand for. And we got to know the difference between a good legacy and a bad legacy, because legacy is always left after someone comes forth and puts something up. There are bad legacies. There are gang activity legacies. There are people on the street that feel like, okay, I got to get some get back, because that's where I'm from. That's my cloth. You see what I'm saying? So, you know, but if someone I know firsthand by how it feels to have someone die of a violent death or homicide, because I lost two brothers to that. Rest in peace to Hernandez Mario Vassa. Rest in peace to David Renfro. Rest in peace to Versoa Renfro. And quite many others that I haven't named, and I wish they were still here. So on the way, they got kids, and they left behind kids, and they left behind mothers and sisters and friends that love them, and me, myself, a brother or uncle. So I want to look back and say, of course I was angry when it happened. You know what I'm saying? Of course my mind went here and there, but all praise be to God, when I sat down and I thought about things, how is the best way to get some get back? How is the best way to to carry on a legacy for someone that was good for this world, such as I believe my brothers and my nephew, they were. So what I want to say is, I want to take on and pick up the battle and pick up the torch and do what I'm doing right now, try to reach others and try to say, you know what? Instead of doing all that violent stuff and trying to get some get back or going tit for tat with someone, the best thing to do is to get up and get it. Like my boy Kente Kelson say, kill him with the shine. Kill him with the shine. Don't worry about it, Raheem. Kill him with the shine. So I'm gonna kill y'all with the shine. I'm gonna make sure that not only my nephew, my brothers, and anybody else I love that lost their life to violence, or because they was trying to, help their family stab or something. You can judge how you want. But I'ma always get up and say, you know what, I'm gonna do this for them. I'm gonna do the right thing for them. Because what good I'm gonna do if I'm in jail or in the grave? I can't carry on anything that way. I can't do nothing. So we're not, and then it's another thing, we're really not teaching our kids how to appreciate greatness and positive legacy. Don't pick up your gun, what I'm saying, for his legacy. Pick up your brain and think about a way out of the negative situation. We want to slide for the homeboy and wind up sliding our ass straight in prison or straight to straight in the grave. You know what I'm saying? And then, yeah, there is no play again. It's game over. No restart. You can't do that. Ain't nobody that I know that past came back and said, anything. They gone. You know what I'm saying? But I know me doing anything stupid ain't gonna blame them back. So me, what I'm trying to say is, it starts at the home, it starts at the house. We forget about, because what these great people did for us. We forget about the legacy of great people, and we just keep on going. The legacy of Prophet Muhammad, and peace and blessings be upon him. The legacy of Jesus Christ, and peace and blessings be upon him. So it's a lot of things. People, oh, I'm a Christian, oh, I'm a Muslim, but you ain't doing right. You ain't holding up the legacy, even though it's, true indeed. Jesus Christ and his teachings was bigger than a legacy. It was the way of life, such as Prophet Muhammad, a way of life. And the only way to do that is through your disposition, through your character, through your piety, how people, what you do on your day to day, how people view you. Because you got to lead by example. That's what Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. did. He led by example. So many things, but I don't care about none of the bad. I'm talking about what he really did. Every day, he sacrificed not being with his children because he knew one day they would try to assassinate him. He sacrificed not being with his wife, and he just sacrificed. You could just think about the big, great sacrifice that he had, knowing one day that someone is going to try to kill me or kill me. You know what I'm saying? That's a great, I mean, honestly, I don't, to have the courage to do something like that, it's immaculate to me. You know what I'm saying? So I want to get the word across of even from the schools that's named after Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., the great Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., the streets, the neighborhoods where the signs at. I think we need to do better to hold up the legacy. I think we need to treat these places and if it's a school that's named after this person, if it's a street that's named after this person, it should almost to not be sacred. It should be sacred. It should be something to honor. It should be something to respect. And we're not doing that. We're not doing that. We're worshiping clothes, women, fads, rappers, you know what I'm saying? And stuff like that. They're great dope dealers and things of that nature. I want to be like this. I want to be like Nino Brown. I want to be like the whatever, the mob.
Pablo.
I want to be like Pablo. Nobody wants to sacrifice. Everybody wants to take. Because see, a sacrifice is something that you give it. Something that you want, something that you know. You know what I'm saying? Is very the most valuable to you, and you sacrifice that for something of the greater good. So, Spencer, you got any questions about these schools and these roles and how we can sacrifice, I mean, how we can try to better things, and any questions because coming from your perspective,
Yeah.
I was raised to look at this man and it was in my classroom.
Mhm.
Wait, I don't know if it's because of black teachers, but I was
It
taught
was
when
it was taught in my, classroom.
what they
But
teach.
of course, I mean, what he stood for, they taught us about the I had a dream speech or have a dream about, peaceful protests and all that, and
Yeah,
how he got arrested and just kind of let the cops arrest him. I feel like the world would be a better place if that happened more often too.
yeah,
The cops have a job. All right. Maybe they're not just in what they're doing. Okay. They arrest you for something you didn't do, but you just got to stand there and let them arrest you. The people will see, you know what? Maybe they did him wrong and the cop was wrong.
okay,
But then, you see people online say, oh, but look, you know, with George Floyd, people make the argument, okay, but he was resisting.
yeah,
But
yeah.
if you don't give them any reason to say you're resisting, the people have no reason to say, hey, he's
Rest in peace to
resisting.
Mr. George Floyd
Yeah.
too. Want to say that, and we send our deepest condolences out to your family, and we pray nothing like with things like that stop in this country, in this world.
Hmm.
Because power, when we talked about the last time, it's not to use to be killing. Power is used to be
An
yeah,
influence,
influence. Just for like this platform.
a good one.
Right. And we should take the brother George Floyd's death as a sacrifice and as a legacy to not do something like that. You see what I'm saying? We don't need to march for killing people, because okay, we get rid of the police. You ever thought about this? Who's gonna police the city? Who's gonna do that? So I know it's a hard course and a hard pill to follow. I mean, or to swallow to see that, okay, you want to you can't weave out all the bad people. I've been around. People have family. You got five of them kids, four of them good, one of them bad. It be like that sometimes. We have to find a way to deal with that. I don't have the answer right now, but that's another topic. But we definitely have to start not, doing things good for these people that have sacrificed. That because when you sacrifice, you bring attention to something. You know what I'm saying? Probably like he was. We're not gonna let George Floyd's death go under the drain. We put this. It was a sacrifice. Whether he knowed he was being sacrificed or not, it still was a sacrifice. And then for any legacy to not do it, to have what happened to him not happen again. That's the legacy of George Floyd. And like I said, we try to honor those things. We don't know about his life, whether he did drugs or whatever, but what happened to him was wrong. And that's the legacy that we want to get from him. What happened was wrong. We don't want to let it happen again. So, we calling on all, growing up where I'm from, you don't talk to the police, that because, they all, most of them we seen wasn't good, but I understand from when you get older, what we was doing to attract that type of attention. That's not, two wrongs don't make a right. But what I want to say is we must start teaching our kids about positive legacies. We don't even tell the stories anymore about what we went through, about how we made it, because a lot of us now, we don't even do anything to even have a legacy. We just lay up and complain and everything I've been through it, but you got to stop it. You got to get up and say, you know what? Everything is on me. I remember a friend of mine told me something one day. I was down bad and I was asking for his help. And he didn't give me the help. That's all good. And he saw some things that I didn't like. But one of the things that he said that stuck to me is, Raheem, don't nobody owe you shit. You're a grown man. Don't nobody owe you shit. And you know what? It hurt. And I felt some type of way, but it's just stuck with me. And I went, and once I started thinking about it, the less angry I got to be, and the less I stopped being so so feeling some type of way about it, and I started thinking about it, and I took it as a jewel. He right. I'm a grown ass man. Don't nobody owe me nothing. You know what I'm saying? It's up to it's I owe the world something. That's the truth. I owe y'all my story, my life, my positivity. I owe y'all my motivation. And I'm gonna give it to you every chance I get. And that's the way it is. But I never forget he told me that. So I'm telling y'all, you're a grown man, you're a grown woman. Don't nobody owe you shit. Don't nobody owe you nothing. Get up, make your own legacy, make your own anything. Get up, do what's right. You know what I'm saying? So that goes back to say that a lot of people that sacrificed for us and they left their legacy, and we just leave it behind, act like we ain't there. The Malcolm X, you know what I'm saying? Booker T. Washington, they go to these schools and we have these streets, but we just, we ride through them and act like it ain't nothing. MLK, MLK Day. What you gonna do for it?
There's a lot of trash on those roads
Yeah, you can
too.
get all the holidays you want. You know what I'm saying? Black people, I'm talking about, we can get all the holidays we want. If we don't do nothing good with it, what's the use? What's the use? You know what I'm saying? What a let's educate what a Black Parenting Days and what a parenting days. It's National Parenting Day. Take your kids out day. You know what I'm saying? Where's the Respect Your Mother Day? Respect Your Brother Day? Where's the Clean Up Your Neighborhood Day? You know what I'm saying? Where was that? Where was the Feed the Homeless Day? You know what I'm saying? Where was that? You got all type of days, President Day, Halloween, Thanksgiving. You know what I'm saying? Christmas don't even feel the same no more. I don't know if because I'm an adult now, but the kids don't even care.
Here's a good idea though.
What's that?
On those roads,
Mhm.
maybe they'd see a little bit more life because everybody's off on Martin Luther King Day.
That's true.
They could have a parade.
To clean
Because
up.
really, like,
No. They keep a parade on Martin Luther King Day. They should have you pay it, but that's good. I just seen that.
I mean, you get a day off, right?
Mhm.
And then what do? You do it just
Sleep,
like it's a
barbecue.
weekend. Yeah.
Yeah, but
You don't take a moment, reminisce, think about what it would be like without him. Or you even think about what he did, the legacy he left behind. You just gonna do nothing.
yeah, but listen, them violent days, like a gang affiliation day or, or something like, oh, they go hard for that. Oh, I'm gonna be there.
Gang
No,
affiliation
I'm
day.
just saying, like I've been from the hood. A motherfucker get up quick and go to Brother Crip Day or GD Day, so Vice Lord Day, whatever day. You know what I'm saying? But where you day at when you go out and help the hood? Yeah, I guarantee y'all, some of y'all do that. That's fine. You know what I'm saying? But the foundation ain't right. Your the foundation has to be right. Ain't nothing wrong with if you did wrong and you want to say, you know what, I ain't with that no more. I'm gonna start me a foundation that's clean, that's pure. You know what I'm saying? That's grace, that's blessed by God. And and by people, there's some that's upright and uplifting and some that's positive. That's a good legacy. Where people celebrate that good. But brothers that didn't really sacrifice their life for us to go. Your mother, sacrificed a lot for you. Good parenting mother. My mother did. I went through all type of stuff, foster care, being homeless with my mother, and she always was there. She never gave up. And look at me now. You know what I'm saying? And I love my mother for that. Miss Yvonne Tape, I love you and I appreciate you. And I know it's a lot of mothers out there that have sacrificed for their kids, get up and go to work by themselves, single mothers, single parents, both parents in the house. Y'all get up, y'all go to work, y'all sacrifice. You know what I'm saying? And that should be your legacy. Because see, one thing I know, Damon Renfro Jr., my dad used to get up every morning before the sun cracked. He was up. And that's what I do. That's what he left me with, to get up, go do something, make $1. Try to, and he helped people. He loved to help people. He used to take people in, mostly white. You know what I'm saying? I know, and they know if they'll see this. Yeah, my dad this wasn't far too many years back that he done this. Helped them, let them stay for free until they got on their feet. That's a good legacy to know for that. People know my dad like that, Bo Peep, aka Bo Peep. They know him like that for helping. And I'm telling how many cars he done fixed, how many people they didn't call for advice just to be around him, make them feel better. That's a good legacy. Be a good counselor, be a good companion, be a good friend. Leave that legacy, pick it up. You know what I'm saying? We gotta pick up and we gotta learn, you know what I'm saying, to help each other, to leave a great, good sacrifice to help all of us. We gotta do it. We need to do it. And we forgetting. We celebrating with barbecues and ain't nothing wrong with that. Don't get me wrong. I like a good barbecue on MLK Jr. Day. I like that. That's good. No violence, that's good. But let's do something. Let's give. Let's give. Let's help on this day. Let's do what he would want us to do. Can't you hear his voice? I have a dream. His dream didn't stop when he died. That's when it came true. That's when it came true. He had to sacrifice his life. He had to sacrifice an eternal dream.
You didn't never get to see the flowers that came from his death.
We benefit off of his legacy. We do. White and black benefit off of Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King's legacy to this day. And our kids don't even know the sacrifice. They haven't watched the movie, seen the documentary. You see what I'm saying? The bad guy winning now. You see, no disrespect. I love some of the stuff, Power Force, all these gangster movies. The bad guy winning. So it's all right to do bad. What about the guy that had to sacrifice himself for his children, for us to be here? It just don't make no sense to let these people down and we just say, okay, now it's just another day. It is. It's just another day. Christmas should have been about giving. Because if you think about it, Christians say Christ sacrificed his life for the world. That's what they say. But we treat Christmas like it ain't nothing. For real.
Who does that?
Man, please. I didn't say it. You tell me Christmas is like when you was a child. Is it the same? Do people really actually act like they care on this day? No.
It's less of a thing now.
Thank you. It's just really people can't wait till it's over with. Yeah. It's more of a headache. I gotta buy this for the kids. I gotta buy that for it's no family coming together anymore. There's not a lot of pushes. There's look what I bought my son. Look what I bought my daughter. Look what I can do for my girl. Look what I can do for my man. Look. It's all about, showing but you ain't, that's okay. I'm happy for you that you could do that for your kids. Yeah, make them happy. But what do they know about Christ really? You give them the toys, you give them a thing. What do they know about Jesus? Peace and blessing be upon him. What do they know about his legacy, his story? What do they know about how he helped people? Have you really set your kids down and taught them about the legacy and the teaching? of Jesus Christ and the peace and blessings be upon him? Have you really did that? That's what I want to know. Because every chance I get, I try to enlighten people on Jesus and especially Prophet Muhammad. Peace and blessings be upon him. And God. Yes, they made ultimate sacrifices. You know, fast, everything. And it's a lot of people right now to this day make ultimate sacrifices. And I want to be one of those people. You know, my wife tell me all the time, Raheem, I want you around. So I want you to stop smoking and drinking. I think I've stopped drinking a lot. I don't do no drugs. You know what I'm saying? And we know, never did anything hard. And we don't want to get on that. That's another story a bit. She's telling me, you know what I'm saying? I want us to leave something behind. I need you here to help build that. So I need you to sacrifice some of those things that are bad for you. What you eat, what you smoke, what you take into your brain, who you hang around, the stress and who you pick up the phone and what you watch on the internet on your phone. I need you, not just physically, I need you mentally. I need you spiritually. She told me this morning, baby, you don't get up and make prayer. And my wife is a Christian. You know, I did. And God willing, I want to go to Jumar today. You know, because, saying I need to sacrifice my time because I ain't doing nothing else with it but sitting around watching TV, doing this, flipping through Facebook. I need to get I need to do a lot more for my life and for everybody that my mother that sacrificed for me, my dad that sacrificed for me. It's a lot of people that have done for me, you know what I'm saying, in my life. And I need to pay them back. Look, you come together, you see my ideal, Spencer. You know, we together with this thing, but you seen it and it was a sacrifice with you with your time. You got a job, you go to school full time, and you still make time to come and do this for me because you know how passionate I am about it. That's a sacrifice, and I appreciate that.
I got you, bro.
Yeah, and that'll be the legacy that we leave behind. We take time. You must have you got to dig deep for the legacy. You know, do you have anyone in your family that you feel like that has legacy?
Not anybody that's dead.
But what about alive?
I
My
mean,
mother's still alive. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
not really. I mean, my dad, he's taught me right from wrong, and if nothing else,
Okay, what is
if I
this?
do
If your
become
dad, no, God forbid, if your dad passed, what would you think that he would instill in you that would be like his legacy?
probably what it means to be a good father,
Right,
be there for your kids,
right.
do simple stuff for your kids. You know,
He
I
taught you
remember,
that, right?
yeah,
And you're gonna pick that up and
like
carry it on,
I'd
right?
probably do some of the same things that he did with my kids.
Because you learned it from him.
Yeah, one of my greatest memories that I have with him, very simple. So we used to go get his car fixed at the dealership, and then we used to walk to Krispy Kreme and get donuts.
That was fun for you, though, wasn't it?
Yeah, I love getting donuts with my dad.
Yeah, because but
And but his dad did that with him.
and what it did,
Yeah,
it passed on.
it's weird, but he didn't tell me that till a couple years ago. I had no idea.
And you being a good guy, like you a good guy,
Yeah,
like I know you would teach your kids, God willing, when you have your kids, don't be hateful, don't be spiteful. I'm hoping you will. I'm not telling you
teach them
this.
to be smart,
Well, did your
take
dad
both
teach you
sides, be
about racism?
positive.
Did
I mean, no, but
how did it ever come up or occur in a
yeah,
conversation?
later in life, yeah.
Okay, so give me an instance of what did he say?
I mean, it was never like I was raised in the household to hate, but also it's like, not a thing that people normally teach their kids. It's like, you don't teach kids about puberty or sex until they're older.
Right. So when you got older,
But you already would know about puberty and sex until, before you even hit 13.
yeah, true.
So it's kind of those things you just kind of experience it when you go out to school. Like, what is life outside of my home like? Because I had black kids and they were a lot like us.
Yeah.
I think, people should strive to be like with their community in a positive way and not go to a bad community, like join a gang.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like live your life independently, live your life in your home, live like, live a good life.
And since you said like, move to somewhere being a gang, it's a lot of people, and I'm gonna say this straight up, that do bad things like that. Like they're in a gang or they're in this group or whatever, and they don't want their kids to have a part of it. So why, if you don't want your kids to be a part of it, why the hell are you a part of it? Because the kids gonna go up and say, "Daddy did it."
Mhm.
You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? It was cool. That's the big problem. That's why a lot of what they want to call YNs, they don't have a sense of direction because of people my age and my peers don't want to teach them better. Oh, they ain't gonna listen. What keep what
They push them down too. You know,
Oh yeah,
as an OG, you're supposed to get respect,
yeah, but
and not you're supposed to give. You're supposed to give respect.
you got to give them respect.
If you're an OG, you have knowledge.
That's right.
Give them that knowledge, like what you do.
What you gonna do with it? If you die with everything you know and you ain't help give it out, you was a waste to this world. If you have anything of value, of knowledge and wisdom, and you just kept it to yourself because you felt people wouldn't deserve to get it, you is no use to this world. No use to this world. It was a sunnah that said that Allah or God sent angels to destroy a town because it was bad. When they went to destroy the town, they found a man in a mosque praying. So they stopped and they went back to God and said, we went to destroy this city or this town, but we found a Muslim praying to you. And you know what God told him? Go back down there and start with him first. Kill him first. Because the whole significance of it is, you know all this. But instead of you going out and trying to help the people, because you feel like they ain't going to listen, that's not your job to decide whether they listen or not. Decide whether they use it or not. It's your job to relay it and let them do with it as they please. If I give you some money, you see what I'm saying? That's your money. I didn't gave it to you. You can either do good with it and come up, or you can be bad with it and destroy yourself. But I did my job. You see what I'm saying? I came, I gave it to you, I showed you with pure intentions of how to do something right. You did something wrong with it or didn't do none at all with it, that's on you. You see what I'm saying? And then if I was sitting here saying certificates, if I know a child is next door getting raped, I know this, and I don't go over there and do anything. Am I minding my own business, or am I just as guilty for not saying nothing as the man that's raping them?
You're just as guilty.
Thank you. So if you see the world messing up in your neighborhood, messing up, kids around you that can look up to you and not even look up to you. See, men like,
and then you have to lead by example too.
Right, but see, let me finish. People I know in my hood, OGs, whatever you want to call them, you want the respect, but you don't want to give it. You don't want to lead by example. How you gonna be an OG? You should be what? Old goofy. Old goofy. That was y'all is. Old goofies. Oh, big homie. Yeah, big goofy. Because you telling them kids to go out there and shoot themselves and do that instead of sending them. See, one thing about the mob, or either the what they call them over there in Mexico, the
cartel.
The cartel, they sending their people to college. They sending their people to go in the FBI and stuff like that. There.
Have you ever watched The Sopranos?
Yeah.
He didn't want his kids to go to be what he was doing.
Exactly.
He wanted his kids to have a good education. His daughter was smart. He said, I'm going to send you to the best school. I'm paying so much money for you to go there. You better do right with it.
Because he did what?
Because he knows. He knows what the life is like.
To send them kids to school, the best school that they want to go to, any school, and they have to worry about nothing. What did he have to do for that to happen?
He had to sacrifice his life.
And his legacy will be, you know what? I know, even though it's balanced, but he used it for the greater good. You know what I'm saying? And I respect that. I respect that. You know?
I mean, I kind of don't, though.
I feel you.
Because he could have done sanitation. He didn't have to do all the extra stuff.
That's right. But guess what?
But money.
Yeah, but he didn't want his kids to do the same thing he did. But see, some of us coming up, we want our kids to do the same dumb shit we did. You got people out here now, I know them personally. They kid 14, 15 years old, they grown as hell, they smoking weed with their parents, drinking with their parents. That's a no-no. That's a big no-no. You know what I'm saying? How I respect you if I come in the house and your 14, 15-year-old son rolling up weed or smoking weed? I'm getting the hell all away from you. Because I know you ain't got no control.
And they're like, but it's natural.
Shit, not with my kids. Not with my kids. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna allow all children to be children. I ain't gonna be around. If I go in your house and I smoke weed and you smoke weed and your kids around, I ain't smoking no weed in front of your kids. I don't eat because I don't want you doing it to mine. So I ain't gonna do it to yours. I used to had a friend, man. His name was Andrew. And my mother, she was going through CPO, or it was a cough situation that she had. Something about coughing or whatever. It was about coughing. So he came to my house, he just smoked cigarettes. You know,
a CPAP?
No, it was CTO, CPO, it's a coughing disorder or something like that. But listen, My mom now she's on dialysis and she got a pacemaker. So, but when he came in the house, he smoking cigarettes. So I went to his house. The first thing I did when I got in there, we get drunk, pump the bills straight. I lit a cigarette up. Oh man, get the hell out of my house, lighting that shit up. Get what I told him. I said, shit, you smoking my house? He said, you smoke in your house. I don't smoke in mine. So I went back home, get what I said. We ain't smoking in mama house no more. That was the rule from that point on. And from that point on, since then nobody ever smoke in my mama house again. You see what I'm saying? But see, people would do what you do it, but you can't do it. That's your business. You can't do it in my shit. Know what I'm saying? But let's go back to tie in the legacy. We got to start sacrificing to leave a better legacy for our children and for this world, for our neighborhood, for people that know us. It's easy to be the dumbest person, go out and kill somebody, shoot somebody. It is so easy to be the biggest gangbanger. It is so easy to be the biggest dope dealer. It is so easy to be the biggest liar. You know what I'm saying? It's so easy to be the best robber. It's not easy to sacrifice and say, you know what? I'm gonna go to school. I'm gonna go to work. I'm gonna be patient. I'm gonna do the right thing. It's a longer path, but it's less looking over your shoulder. And it's less having to worry about the bullshit.
And hopes
It's less. Not saying shit ain't gonna come
it'll be
direct,
worth it.
but
You know, you look back, oh, look at all these hard times. Now I got the world. Now I have kids. Now I have a wife. And I went through the struggle to get from where I'm at. I respect that more than if you did it. I'm in a gang, so therefore you must respect me. No, I don't have any respect for
What
you.
have you done to gain respect? Tell me, what have you done good for your community? What have you done positive and good for your kids? What have you done positive and good for your family members? It's a lot of us out here, so we hoard our things, wealth, opportunities that we can help people with because we think they don't deserve them. You know what I'm saying? That's not your responsibility. Your responsibility is to give out the great, good information that God has blessed you with. That's why it's called wisdom. There once was a story that said, if you feed a man a piece of fish, you just feed him. But if you show him how to fish, he'll know how to feed himself and help feed other people. You see what I'm saying? So do that. We need to do that. We need to build a legacy. You know what I'm saying? Just as good, or if not greater, than the late great Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. We need to do that. You know what I'm saying? The lessons, we need to do that. Malcolm X.
Still need to learn from those lessons today.
We do. And we ain't got a lot of people doing that. We ain't got a lot of people doing that. What I see over here now, we ain't got nobody that we
He
can
went
believe
to
in.
school. He educated himself in a time when it was harder.
Anybody now that's in power or that's an influence that's really, really making a positive impact on the world that you might know? Can you name a person that's making a positive impact without negativity, without lies? See how you got to wreck your brain for that? You know what I'm saying? See how you got to.
Trying to think of like a good figure.
You see what I'm saying?
But I
Your
mean,
dad probably did the best
they
thing.
exist. They exist.
They do.
But of course,
But it was more. If you could just pop one, we got to go back like to the days.
yeah, like really any pop star, rap star, they're not doing all that.
Man,
They like to think that they're doing good, and then they just come off like an idiot.
Then it may be people out there that want to do good that's in power.
Like Mark, what's his name? Mark Ruffalo.
Who the hell is that?
He's an actor. He was in recent role he played was Task. He's a semi-big actor, like a B-list actor, A-list actor.
I haven't really heard of him.
But he went to like an event, like a movie event, like the Golden Globes or something. And he had all these different pins saying, stand with Palestine. But you just come off like a fool.
Why?
You come off stupid to me.
That's just like
Performative. It just seems performative. Like you're doing it to support an agenda.
No, it's not an agenda.
Because look, bring him back to last time.
I feel like he sacrificed.
Look, I can agree. I can agree with
he
him.
Sacrificed. He didn't have to say anything.
Mm-hmm.
He know that the powers that be don't want him to say that. But since he got a stand and a platform and a way to get a message out to the world, you had one chance and an opportunity that everybody's going to listen. What would it be for your legacy that you would say on that platform, on that stage?
Well, I would say that it actually helps him to make statements like that because it is popular.
Well,
And it could help him to get roles. Like, this is Hollywood.
but
You
I
know,
don't. But see,
if you don't, if you be like, why do a whole bunch of people?
Thank you.
Yeah, but look, I mean,
They
let's
don't
just
want they don't want
that
you to say
aside.
anything against
But
it.
that aside, though,
How everybody that got up on that stage
it's
and
to
said
fit. It's to fit.
free Palestine, everyone has had.
It wasn't
They
Free
put
Palestine.
roadblocks in front
It
of them.
wasn't the. I don't think it was Free Palestine. It was about the ICE case with Good. But that was the biggest thing. But that was just to fit an agenda, like claim ICE is bad, you know, that kind of thing. I mean, true, right? I agree. I agree with him. But it's so Mark Ruffalo. I mean, it's just to me, it just seems like he did it to fit an agenda. You know, maybe he doesn't hopefully mean what he's saying.
Why
He
did you
does it
say
for
it
a
then?
purpose
It don't make no
to
sense.
get a role.
Yeah, but anyway,
He's not doing it to be right, to be just. He's doing it for a purpose, for him.
well, if that ain't what it is, and he's doing it
It
from his
happens
heart,
all the time in Hollywood.
yeah, whatever.
Like
But
why? Well, like with the whole Disney thing. But
it
anyways,
seems like he'll lose more than he gains.
no, people. No,
Well, he
actually,
wants to
yeah,
have-
because of how public
Thank
it was.
you.
Yes.
He'll lose more, but see, okay, listen. What if he did it for the right thing? That'll be part of his legacy. You know what I'm saying? That he got up, no matter because it showed
Well,
his
either way,
platform,
it'll be part of his
showed
legacy.
fame, use his fame and his platform to do the right thing. His voice to do the right thing and bring awareness to something that is wrong. That's what you. That's a righteous thing to do. That's a good thing to do.
I think people will remember him as Hulk and not the guy who.
Yeah, well, you remembered it though.
Yeah.
Okay, then you ain't the only one. Yeah.
Anyways,
that's a legacy for you then.
So you asked
legacy
me
to remember someone for what they did. I didn't mean to interrupt them. I'm sorry. But that's
no,
what
no,
it
you
is.
can continue.
But we're gonna talk about the legacy of me and what you feel is gonna be a legacy. What's your legacy? What you want your legacy to be? What do you, Spencer, want your legacy to be? When you pass or you retire or whatever it is, you know what I'm saying? And you want people to remember Spencer, what would be your legacy?
See, when I started this podcast, you know, Charlie Kirk was I mean, he's still a prominent, like, you know, thing people talk about, but whenever I said, I used to joke, I'm gonna be the next Charlie Kirk.
Oh,
yeah, thinking, you know, I
I
would
don't
be
think that's a
willing.
good idea.
It's not a good idea, but you know, I'd be willing to die for my beliefs.
Yeah.
You know, believe what I or talk about what I believe in, die for what I believe in. You know,
Yeah. Make sure you talk about something, not to, like you
yeah,
said,
something about
not for fame, the same
but
man
for
that you was
good,
talking
though.
about, but
Yeah.
for good, not to spark no one or get someone mad or riled up. Get out there, stand up. If you're gonna be like, how you say like your Charlie Kirk, do a better Charlie Kirk.
Yeah,
Be a better Charlie Kirk. You see what I'm
I mean,
saying?
I got my own
Bring
gifts
people
too.
together. You feel what I'm saying? You know, hey, I don't want to get on it with him. Just be honest
Not
with you.
yet, not yet.
Yeah, I don't want to get on it.
That's
But
another
I'm gonna
day.
say this: be a better Charlie Kirk. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying? I'll
be very fair.
I'm sympathetic to what happened to him. You know what I'm saying? May God bless his family. But you know, some things he said, a lot of things he said I didn't agree with. But you know, I think he just worked. I don't know. But
But
a
his
lot of points
legacy.
he made too that I understand. We'll get off that.
Yeah,
But his legacy was he said what he felt was right, and he wanted to bring awareness to some things in his opinion, and it sparked a lot of curiosity, and you know, and a
they
lot of
got a lot
debate.
of people my
And
age
so that was
thinking.
his legacy for people to say, you know what, you can have these questions, you can have these debates educationally.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Positively. You know, man to man, man to woman, whatever it is, we can have a good, debate without cussing each other out or trying to belittle one another. It's all about our opinion. And
Yeah.
and that I agree with Charlie Kirk.
We do that a lot
Of
too. This
course we do.
podcast is probably
Yeah.
a good place to visualize that
Yeah.
as well.
You're supposed to debate in the best of ways. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? So it said that in the
And
Quran.
Oh no, I guess while we're here, the legacy
The
of
legacy.
Focus on the Positive.
That's
What do you think our legacy should be?
man, the legacy should be to show understanding, show love, show nothing but positivity, you know, and try our best to. Nobody gonna be perfect. Let's get on here and say that. But I want to live a legacy of trying to discover the truth and finding the truth and speaking from the heart.
Yeah.
You know, not just speaking your mind, you know, speaking from the heart. Letting the person know how I feel. I can stand to be corrected on anything I say wrong. I can stand to be corrected on anything I do wrong. And I can stand to be corrected on anything I said or done wrong in the past. and I'm willing to apologize and upset and take accountability and not do what I did to degrade or disrespect anyone if I did do it. I'm willing to say I'm sorry, and I'm willing to not do that again, because it's bigger than just being accountable. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? What's the use of being accountable if you're gonna do it again? You know? So hey, that's what I'm gonna do for my friends.
Yeah.
I hope I don't do anything wrong to anybody, but I want to be more accountable for everything that I do and say. You know what I'm saying? And whatever I do or say that's wrong, I don't want to do it again.
Yeah.
And that's going. I want that to be my legacy, and I want that to be the focus on the positive. You know what I'm saying? To reach out and help someone. You know, not trying to be cool, not trying to do a cool thing. You know what I'm saying? Trying to leave something so someone can say at least Raheem was trying to do something that was right and that was positive.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I can't go door to door, but I can reach who I can, whether it's 10 people or 25 people or 1,000 people or 1,000,000 people. I just want to do what's right. I want to say what's right, and I want to speak from the heart. You know, I ain't trying to be funny. You know what I'm saying? I am trying to entertain and tell people my story and the truth about it, whether it's good or bad, whether it make me look good or bad. You know, because I do have friends that care about me, and I have a wife that loves me with all her heart. So I want to say that I'm gonna leave my legacy of someone that tells the truth and faces his fears and respects people. You know, and I want to do good in this world. I want to do something positive in this world. I want to leave this world better than I left it. I mean, than I came. I want to leave this world a good place, and I
Yeah.
want to do good. That's
Yeah.
my legacy.
I think this podcast has a high potential to show the world that, you know, me and you, like people from completely different backgrounds, could have, intense conversations, deep conversations, but with love behind it and not like, any judgment or anything like that. Um, you know, jokingly, I think we could beat racism. Also, I want our listeners,
We
like
already
our
beat it.
base,
We already beat it.
I want our base to maintain an open mind, making sure they're seeing the world from other people's shoes as well. Yeah.
Leave a good legacy. Legacy, legacy, legacy. Leave a positive, good legacy. Don't leave a negative legacy. Don't leave a legacy of pain and destruction and lies and guilt and regret. Leave a legacy of truth, honesty.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Of accountability, of loyalty, of respect, of concern and compassion. Leave that type of legacy. No matter what your past was, everybody got one. I don't care what you did last year. I don't care what you did, whenever you want to change. It's about what you, if
Yeah.
you hear this, it's about what you do now. You could be the realest man in the world, be gangster, but do something good. That's gangster. Do something good.
Yeah.
Speak something good. If you a man, you could be happy, and you could try to make another. You could bring joy with you. You could bring joy around you. You could bring. That's the whole thing. Bring people joy instead of pain. Bring people good news. Bring people positivity. Bring people love. Bring people happiness, honor. Don't bring people bad news and liquor and stuff like that all the time. Call someone, tell them you love them. Be there for someone. You know, and you ain't got to tell nobody all you doing. It should be between you, God, and who you do it for. And that's it. If somebody finds out, that's a good thing. Praise God. But if you do something, don't try to go brag about what you did for someone. And don't talk about no one after you done something for them. Oh, I had to go do this for this person or that person. They always need my help. That's that bullshit. Know what I'm saying? That's that bullshit. Do it from the heart. If you do it from the heart, you ain't got to go tell nobody what the fuck you did. God gonna know. That's all that should matter. Hell, you doing it to get recognition for. And I said that. Stop doing shit, putting on the internet and all that shit. Look what I did. Da 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 da. You know what I'm saying? What about the shit that we don't see your ass doing? What about that? So stop doing that shit, y'all. Know what I'm saying? They go for everybody. Ain't no shit. If the shoe fit, wear that motherfucking tie tight. You know what I'm saying? But stop that shit, man. We finna go. I'm talked enough, I think, Spencer.
Well, okay. Last thing.
Mhm.
Well, how much time do we have? Okay, really quick. So, who would you think is your biggest inspiration and who left the biggest legacy for you personally?
I don't know. It's a mixture of people. I think Prophet Muhammad had a you talking about alive or dead or someone that I know?
Somebody you know?
Man, I ain't gonna lie to you.
What's the overarching theme for them? for you?
Well, I once had a friend named Charles Battle Jr. They called him Mr. Battle or Battle. He was a man of principle. He was a man that really showed me, that I had potential and believed in me, and because there was no reason for him
Who
to.
is he to you?
He was my friend. He was an older guy though. He was like grown, and I was a young jit, 12, 11 years old, shit like that. And he really, he had a lot of money, a lot of cars. He was a gangster. You know what I'm saying? We baby kids, man. We next door. We ain't had no lights. We moved over there. We ain't had no lights. It was in the wintertime, so we went and plugged a extension cord up to his house without even asking him. He came home and unplugged that motherfucker. But he had guns, cars, a lot of houses and shit. Later on, he got with my sister, but he was just a real influence to me. You know what I'm saying? I hate to say that, but he had his own shop. And he gave me a job and all that shit there. He took me places, always kept me with him. You know what I'm saying? Showed me a good time, bought me shit. I smoked a lot of weed with him. I ain't gonna lie to you. May he rest in peace. His birthday was on Christmas.
Oh yeah,
Praise
that's
God.
interesting.
Man, he rest in peace, man. He was a very big, he had a good heart. He bought us all bikes, and I ain't even know it for Christmas one day. He bought everybody 10 speeds. Like back
And
then.
you didn't know till you were older.
I didn't know till I was older.
He's passed now.
Yep. He got killed at his own shop. He was a mechanic. He had his own shop, made a lot of money, did a lot of other things, but then, that was his main thing. But he had a lot of fire cars. He sold my brother a car. He sold my mom a truck. He was really having the business. And
he was an influence on the neighborhood.
Yes, he was. Yes, he was. He was an influence to everybody he went around. He
That's
always
good.
had a good attitude, and he was just a big guy too. His name was, he was just a great guy.
It's a person to strive to be like.
Yeah, in a way, in so many ways. But I strive to be better. And I look to be better, and I want to do better because he would want me to do better. I mean, when I shot myself in the hand, he called me, and he talked to me, and it made me feel real good. When I stayed in Georgia, he still let me catch a bus and come up there and stay for the summer and stuff like that. So may he rest in peace. He was a very good guy to me, man. He was anybody that tell you
He
that
sounds amazing.
Charles Battle or Jr. He was my inspiration for a long time. He was a good guy. You know what I'm saying? He's just a good guy, man. He took care of my whole family. He was he loved it at DOC. He loved it Airbnb and Rakim. He loved it old Betty White and shit. You know what I'm saying? He loved the music like that. We used to just ride, man. And just listen to music, smoke weed, and just eat and just kick it. You know what I'm saying? Nice cars. He had the drop tops. He had the First 42 with the T-top with the big rims on it. He had the a GTO drop top candy apple red. He had a Grand Prix green one. It didn't have a scratch. It had original
When
radio.
you said you used to be a car salesman, was that under him?
No, hell no.
Or that's different
I was
place?
a kid, man. I told you I was like 12, 13 and shit when I met him. Yeah, I was a kid, but that was still my inspiration. I never met a guy in my life like that guy. Nobody matched up to it. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie to you, man. Most niggas I done met now, man, they show me all type of flaw and shit. Y'all hear me, motherfucker. I love y'all though. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. I know one nigga probably besides him, my nigga BL from Macon. You know what I'm saying? Jacory. I fucks with him well. He's an inspiration too. But he's just like someone like him. I never had a problem or falling out with these guys. You know what I'm saying? It's just they ain't never let me down. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, I can't believe he did me like that. Well, we still cool. But they do, that y'all niggas know what I'm talking about. Y'all done that lame ass shit. Shit that you would do, shit that they'd do to you, you wouldn't do to them. You know what I'm saying? That type shit. You be like, damn, I wouldn't do that to you. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, we're gonna stay on that.
Yeah.
That's them the only ones that I know that left a legacy impact on me for a person that I know personally. Everybody else, I love y'all niggas now to death. You know what I'm saying? I love y'all motherfuckers to death. And I never, want nothing to happen to y'all. But y'all just done some fuck shit. You know what I'm saying? I still fuck with y'all. Y'all know what's going on. But I just, y'all just done some fuck shit. But, hey, that's y'all legacy, not mine.
All right. So we are out of time, y'all.
We out of time, man. Legacy. Hey, we want to say once again, happy Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Day.
Eat nice, sleep well.
My deepest condolences to his family, and celebrate this day, y'all, with happiness, peace, love. Go out and try to educate people about Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Go out and try to tell people about him and do something good in your community, do something good in this world, and do something positive. And don't forget your day-to-day, every day that passes and you still here is another step to your legacy. It's another block in your building of your legacy. So every day, try to do something positive. Try to help someone every day. Make something good about your legacy, because your life is your legacy, and everything you do in your life will be your legacy. That's
Eh,
what you will leave behind. So praise God. We thank y'all.
Yes, if y'all like the show, please share, please like, please follow. If you have anybody who you think would like the show, spread it to them, spread the good word. We'd like to educate the world a little bit, day at a time. Follow us on FocusOnThePositive on Instagram. And if you're seeing this, probably not.
Yeah, you're gonna see it on YouTube. You're gonna see it everywhere. I'm gonna put it on Facebook and everything.
Yeah.
Look, yeah.
Facebook
It's
is
the Focus on
Focus
the
on the
Positive
Positive.
podcast.
Yeah.
Hey, y'all, and listen, I want to say thank you to everybody that subscribed. Thank you to everybody that viewed it. I don't care if you just looked at it for a second. Whether it's good or bad, leave a comment. I want to hear about it. It's all love. And we thank everybody that came up from the beginning,
Yeah.
from the first viewers, for the first subscribers. We praise God that God bless your family. And we thank, and I'm telling you, I'm praying for you. And listen, every day, don't forget, leave something for your legacy. Do something good and positive for your legacy. And may God bless you and keep you safe. Focus on the positive. Focus on the positive. Focus on the positive. And that's what we on. Focus
right.
on the positive.
Sweet.
Yeah. Focus on the positive.